If you've lost your job due to the COVID-19 pandemic, or you've been caring for a loved one, or maybe life's struggles have kept you away from the workforce, the Career Wardrobe is here to empower you. I'm Monique Braxton, a board member of the Career Wardrobe. Are you ready for a new job, a new career? Well, we've assembled a team to help you walk confidently on your new path. Let's welcome now Career Wardrobe Workforce Development Specialist, LeTonya Wilson, networking expert, Jennifer Robinson, hair designer, Danielle George, and makeup artist, Ursula Augustine. Let's begin with our job search coach and consultant, LeTonya Wilson. She is the manager of the Career Wardrobe in Delaware County, located at Lansdowne, Pennsylvania. She has worked in workforce development for about 11 years and continues to volunteer. So we're now getting people on their path to self-sufficiency and independence. I think of Nelson Mandela when he said, "Courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it." Talk about a little bit, LeTonya, if you've never been out of work and all of a sudden you are, where do you start? Where do you start? What's your goal?
Well, first you want to start and take a deep breath. Take a deep breath and, have a positive mind going into this, because even if we have not lost our job, this is all new to us. So basically I would say start there. Then we try to, get to know what some of our resources are. What are your resources? The first resource I wanted to tell you about is Career Wardrobe. What we have done and we have started online consultations for everyone, not just of clothing, because that's what we mainly deal with, but also for job searching, interviewing techniques, and also how to access benefits during this time. So that's, one of the resources that we have, and you can go to our website at careerwardrobe.org and, click on that link and get more information and sign up for one of those consultations. Another resource that you can start with is unemployment. If you haven't, signed up for unemployment yet, go ahead and start there. That way you can get that process started. You also want to, attack some of the websites, such as CareerLink that PA has, Pennsylvania has. With that, they have information about disability and veteran services. They have immediate positions that are hiring right now. And also they have a link on there that you can click that gives you resume services, information, to update your skills, and also interviewing skills. And if you and your family are going through a rough time and you need something right now, you also are able to go on to the dhs.pa.gov and sign up for food stamps and medical, and also cash assistance if you are in need of something right now. So those are just some resources that people can start with if they're kind of scared. But like I said at first, just take a deep breath and have a positive mind going in there.
What do you tell people to help them prepare for that first interview, especially people who have not done a resume or have not had a job interview in 2 or 3 decades?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, they want to, go online. Everything's online right now. So go online and see, some things that they can brush up on their skills. And then they want to pinpoint some of their greatest skills and be confident in the great skills that they do have. And, dealing with clothing, that's what my job is all about. I always tell my clients, with their clothes, make sure that they're comfortable and confident in their clothing, so that, when you're on a virtual Zoom meeting or so forth, you're comfortable, you're not fidgeting with your clothing, you're confident, and that way it'll speak volumes to that person you're interviewing with, that you can just speak about what, the job is about, and not have to worry about your clothing. So be comfortable and confident. So I always tell them to start there as far as my clients.
We all remember the song Barbara Streisand made famous. People who need people are the luckiest people in the world. But asking people for help can be very difficult if you've never had to do it before. So Jennifer, help us with that. I know you do consulting and counseling with networking. Where do you start when you network?
Right now is actually a great time to network. People are home and therefore they're very accessible. Make sure that you're putting at least one meeting or one virtual call on your calendar every day. That way, at the end of the week, you've reached out to at least 5 people in your network. What should you say to them? You really don't need an agenda right now. Just make sure that you reach out, ask people how things are going, how you can be of service to them, how you can help each other, and just how things are at home. How's the homeschooling going? How are they managing? What have they watched at home to make this time more bearable? Just touch base with people. Reach out to your loose connections. Those are the people on the outskirts of your network who are not your inner circle, and also to your dormant ties. These are people that you were once close with that you may not be close with anymore. Doesn't mean you've had a falling out. It just means that maybe you are not schoolmates anymore, or you don't work together anymore, or you don't live in the same neighborhood anymore, but people that you saw on a regular basis and you already have that likability and trust with. These are great people to reach out to because they will probably know of opportunities that are outside of your innermost tribe and network. This is also a wonderful time to take advantage of virtual events and activities. There are so many things available right now that take nothing but your time. Usually when you're job hunting, it's very difficult because you have to pay for a lot of things and you're out of work and you're job hunting. But now you're home and everything is virtual and a lot of it is no cost. So take advantage of what chambers have to offer right now that they're opening up to members and non-members. Take advantage of things that BRIC has to offer, which is the Business Innovation Resource Center through the free library. Take advantage of SCORE, of course, Career Wardrobe. There are so many things out there that you can take advantage of, and you can be networking and growing your professional development and your network during this time.
You mentioned everybody's online, so that
Yes.
can work to your disadvantage. How do you make yourself stand out and then market yourself during this time of crisis?
Make sure that you're looking for opportunities to showcase your skills. Recruiters are still looking for people. Some industries may have come to a halt, but things like customer service and government help needs more people right now. So recruiters are looking for people that showcase well and that are showcasing their industry and talent on the internet. Do a Q&A on Instagram Live or Facebook Live or LinkedIn Live, or do a short video and show people what your expertise is in. Publish on the LinkedIn platform. Publish other places that you might have the opportunity to do. Be a guest on a podcast. These are all things that take nothing but your time, and it's a great way to showcase your skills while you're job hunting. This is also a great time to clean up your social media pages, to get your references in order, and especially to get recommendations on your LinkedIn profile up. Recommendations go so far in helping you get a job. Another thing that you can do right now in your job search is to build a profile on Upwork. That is a place where you can obtain freelance work in your area of expertise. You can build a profile now, and you may even be able to get part-time jobs right now that are paid through Upwork with people who need different professional skills. Another way that you can set yourself apart right now is to use all these video platforms and make yourself an expert in them, whether it's Skype, Zoom, GoToMeeting, WebEx, or all the other platforms that are out there and available. Make sure that you understand them well and that you're able to have expertise in them. That way, when people are looking for employees that have these skills, you have expertise in these skills. Also, be mindful that everything you do right now is going to be on video. So it's really important to not only gain an understanding of the platforms, but to be mindful of how you're coming across on video, how your voice sounds, how you look, what you're wearing, what the lighting is like, what your microphone's like. All of that stuff becomes very important as you give a first impression online as opposed to in person.
Thanks, Jennifer.
Sure.
And you can find Jennifer at purposefulnetworking.com as well as RU Network on Facebook.
Thank you.
The Career Wardrobe uses clothing to level the playing field. Also, you can provide and see there interviewing skills, resume skills, all those things that LeTonya mentioned, but she didn't mention headshots. And imagine how tough it is to look your best for an interview that's virtual when the hair salons are closed and you haven't been able to manage, you haven't, grasped the skill of managing your own hair. We're going to pull in now Danielle George. She is from Crimson Hair Studio. She's offered or helped offer a do-it-yourself kit on coloring during this pandemic. She's also worked for years with Jean-Madeline Institute, Vidal Sassoon, as well as Sebastian. Hi, Danielle.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. So hair color seems to be the hot thing. I read online that hair color kits are selling out like toilet paper and paper towels.
It is true. And it's funny. Jennifer had said that, some businesses are not at full capacity, but others are. And I think it's funny because we're so important. My industry is so important for the interviewing process, and we are not at capacity at all. So the at-home color kits have really helped. A few tips with them is that they are just a touch-up kit, is not something you want to do your whole head with. You want to prep your hair. It has to be 100% dry, and you want to make sure it's clean. You don't have any that touch-up powder or the crayon in it, because the color won't take. Use a little base Vaseline along the hairline so you don't get staining. And then you can do your part, and then you want to take section, maybe 1/4 inch section, 2 or 3 on either side of your part. Hairline, let it process the full time, shampoo and condition. The kits we offer at our salon that you can purchase, it comes with everything you need: a brush, bowl, gloves, and the shampoo and conditioner.
What about cutting the bangs?
Okay, so if you have to trim them at home, I always say not touching them is the best thing. But if you have to do that, you want to never cut straight across. You always want to work vertically. Make sure the hair is clean and, again, 100% dry. Smooth it down with your finger, and you're going to hold your finger right on your forehead like this, and then go in vertically like that. Less is more, and you're going to take tiny little snippets. This is not, you're not at the salon where you're like, oh, cut them shorter and then, this way they'll last. You don't need that to be the case. You just need it to look good for the interview, and that is it. You could always go back in and take more, but you cannot put it back.
And what about scissors? I know some people use their manicure scissors.
So sure, and if that's worked for you, I'm not going to knock anybody's triumph in this scenario, but you can get scissors on Amazon that are just like an inexpensive pair of hair scissors, and only use them for hair.
So what hairstyles are the best for virtual interviews?
You want to stay neat and clean. You have to keep in mind that you're in a situation like this where you're going to be in a small box, and you don't want anything to overpower the scenario, because you want the person to hear you, not your overall look. So I think curls are great, waves with irons if you're good with that, braids, buns, something loose and fitting. Always do a practice run with a video. Make sure your lighting is done properly, that it's not causing any flyaways or anything that's too distracting. The brightness on your computer, you can play with that. That's also super helpful. And again, you don't want to overdo it. And it's all smoke and mirrors. You only have to look perfect straight on. So if your haircut's overgrown, you don't have to worry about the back. No one's going to see that for the interview.
And unfortunately, most of the gray, as we were talking about earlier with hair coloring, most of people's gray pops up in the front.
100%. 100%.
So you can see why Dani George is so popular with her fun personality, and she promises when you leave her salon, everyone's going to look fabulous. Now you can follow her on LinkedIn and Instagram, Done by Dani, D-A-N-I, or you can also call the Crimson Hair Studio to make an appointment as soon as we go back. Thank you, Dani.
No problem. Thank you.
Okay. Makeup artist Ursula Augustine always heeds the call for help. She's also volunteered like Dani at the Career Wardrobe events. She's got more than 25 years experience working at Adolph Beaker in Rittenhouse Square as a licensed cosmetologist. She's an author, and she also has her own signature makeup line, Nutri Cosmetics. She's also been an artist for people such as Bobbi Brown, Francois Nars, and Aveda. Let's welcome now Ursula. Ursula, how do you attack your face when you have no makeup skills whatsoever?
Well, Monique, it's always good seeing you. That is the $10 million question right now. Everybody's virtual. For the non-makeup wearer, it's a little more frightening than those who love to dabble in the craft. But I really want to stress to everyone, it doesn't take a lot to look good. It doesn't take a lot of time. It doesn't take a lot of money, and it doesn't take a lot of effort. So I sort of put together a little DIY at-home beauty treatment that you can do for yourselves to make sure you come across the camera with your skin looking bright and fresh, as well as a couple little makeup tips that will really take you about 5 to 10 minutes at the most to prepare yourself for your next virtual meeting. To begin with, I want to bring in, I'm a person of props, a teacup and a lemon. You would think, oh, we're going to have a snack. No, this is what's going to help you with declogging your pores and brightening your skin. So you're going to take a tea bag. You're going to make a cup of tea. While you're drinking the tea, you're going to put your tea bag in the freezer. After about 10 minutes, you're going to take that tea bag out the freezer. And if you have any type of a little pimple or blackhead, you're going to take that tea bag and hold that cool tea bag on that pimple for about 10 minutes, and it will safely help the bacteria get out without you trying to pop pimples. You do not want to pop pimples at home. Another thing you want to do for brightening skin is take your lemon, cut it in half. You can take the juice of the lemon, put it on a cotton pad, and then just do circular motions around your face, and it will actually brighten the skin within a minute. Once you're done with that, you can take tomato and some olive oil. This is not going to be lunch. What you're going to do with the olive oil is actually cleanse your skin after you've worn your makeup for your virtual call. Do not sleep in makeup. And it's a very natural, 100% natural cleanser that removes debris from the skin as well as your makeup. And the tomato. This is wonderful for shrinking pores. A lot of people don't understand the antibacterial properties in tomatoes. They actually can go into the skin and declog the pores for you. All you're going to do is take some tomato juice and cotton pads, or you can actually take slices and then massage it around the skin. And it will actually start to declog the pores for you. So when you go in front of the camera, your skin is bright, it's conditioned, it's clean, and you're going to have to make the best first impression for anyone you're having a meeting with.
Something that Danny mentioned, and she said, remember, you're in a box.
Yes.
Does that also apply for makeup? I mean, how far back do you need to go in the hairline?
No,
you know, you're turning your side to side.
I like to say, you're going to blush yourself before the meeting. That is where you're going to put your makeup. You're going to do the forehead, down the nose, which they call the T-zone. It ends at the chin. It doesn't stop at the nose. So you're going to go here, here, and then you're going to go what we call across the bridge. You're going to go from cheek to cheek. It's really this part of the face which is seen primarily. The hairline will be by the shadowing from light. The hairline won't even be noticed as much. So you really just want to make sure the center of the face, which is the forehead, the cheeks, the nose, and the chin, are always nicely balanced with a powder. You can do a light cream concealer, but it'll actually give a nice finish to the skin and give the skin a nice texture on camera.
You can trust Ursula, what she says. She did my makeup for my wedding, so I trust that she knows how to handle a canvas. And if you want to try her out, Ursula About Face is the name of her studio. It's at 1700 Sansom, Suite 201 in Philadelphia's Rittenhouse Square. So let's go over some virtual interview tips that I found for everybody on LinkedIn so that we can be ready. You know, you're going to look good, you're going to feel good, your face is going to be wonderful under the lights that you have in your home. So now let's talk about the virtual interview. Make sure you position yourself in a well-lit area that's quiet and clean, not too busy in the front or back. Test your technology like we've all done on Zoom before this call. Make sure you prepare, know something about the company as well as the person that's interviewing you. Dress appropriately and be authentic. Show your personality, show your sparkle, and ask the interviewer something about themselves. How many children they have, where the children are in school, do they like pets? Those are just a few of the examples. Follow up with a thank you. Talk about how much you would like to have the job and reflect on just one tidbit of information in that conversation. So this closes out our episode 1 of In the Wardrobe. But like everybody, I've learned that when you face a challenge in life, it makes you better, it makes you stronger, it makes you look at yourself in a different way. Sometimes you're called upon to reinvent yourself. So here's to a bolder you, a smarter you, and a more confident you. And remember, you've got this. Our next session, we're going to talk about what it's like to work from home and from the employer's perspective, how they reflect on you when they're doing an interview that's virtual. That's it. First episode of In the Wardrobe.